Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Coaching Conversations with Nick and Chris from Up Coach. Nick, how are you this morning?
Doing very well. Got a bit more of a tan, as you can see, because
Mm.
the weekend was hot.
It was hot.
Man, it was hot.
Were you on the water yesterday?
Did get on the water yesterday. Supposed to take the boat out, but instead it was too windy, so we took the legs out and we went to Surf Beach. And let me tell you, it was a lot colder than when we were at Byron.
You know what? The water down Kingscliff was cold too.
Byron was just sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what. They just warmed it up for us.
They just warmed it up for us. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, the Up Coach team spent a bit of time in Byron Bay last week, and we were planning and organising and executing on strategy for 2021. We also did some filming and ran our mastermind for our clients, which is a biannual thing. But it's important for you to plan nurture strategy. It's important for you to plan a strategy for 2021. And something that I want to speak about today is a sales nurture strategy. Now, whether you're coming into Christmas and whether you're getting busier or whether you're quietening off, depending on what industry you're in, it's important to look after the customers that have already bought things from you and purchased from you. So we wanted to dig into that a little bit today. Nick, can you provide some advice around the importance of setting up a sales nurture strategy and what it means to your business, please? What should people be thinking about?
Yeah, I suppose I wanted to set up with a little bit of backstory on it, which will give a better understanding of what I'm, moving towards. So last week, the week before last, I ring kitchen, basically the guys that come out and do kitchen design. And it's under the IKEA brand, so you can buy literally a kitchen from IKEA. But you have somebody out that comes and designs it, and then they can assemble it, do all of that stuff. I'm just kind of cool, and I just want to see price-wise what it'll be, and just to see what you're going to get from it. Anyway, paid the 150. The guy's supposed to come, rings me on the morning and says, "Hey, sorry, can't make it today. I need to go and get a COVID test done. I'll get back to you by this afternoon after I've had the test. They'll give me the result." 3 days later, nothing. 5 days later, nothing. Tried to call him, phone number that he's on, just not working. So I ring this guy this morning, another guy this morning, and I said, "Hey, what's the story with this?" "Oh, no, the test is cool. He's actually working." And I'm like, "Well, I paid you for it, and I've heard nothing from you guys. Once you get the payment, that's it."
Right.
And this has happened a fair few times. Different people try to get on to people, same thing, So it kind of made me think about what type of engagement that you need within the sales strategy for you to, just be there, because there's a few different fear points, so to speak. And I think the first fear point is I'm trying to get onto these people and no one responds back to me. That's a fear. We hear this all the time. You're the only person that showed up. I didn't actually think that you were coming, right? I hear this a lot from clients that, we speak to and we teach, and I go, what's the feedback been? And they tell me stuff like this. And it's crazy just to think that there's people that want work. I want work. I want the kitchen done. I mean, it'll be a $20,000 odd job, give or take. And it's interesting how many people just don't even get back to you. I had 4 people don't even respond. Anyway, so, and, this isn't for just come and hang the door for $40. This is a significant renovation. So it got me thinking about, that's one fear point. Next fear point is they say that they're going to show up and they don't. Fear point 2. Next fear point is, there's no nurture in between, so you don't know whether they're coming or whether they don't. And, I don't know about you, but even with our clients, when we've got our sessions on, we're actually sending a reminder, making sure they're cool, we got it. Hey, there, if we're going to go see them in person, you set this up, and it's just standard calendar management.
Yeah, and we're usually, following them up when they're not having sessions as well. So in between their session times, it's always checking in.
Checking in, right? Now, in saying that, that's already our client, but look how much we also do before that with our nurture strategy. So, what I wanted to talk about today was if you've got people, that are inquiring for you and you don't have some type of measurable nurture strategy in your sales process, more than likely you're just missing out on business. And by the way, it's the little things, an SMS, hey, thanks, I'm coming. Hey, or, hey, we'll be there at your place at 10 a.m. I'm on my way, whatever it may be. Like, these are little things. I'm going to give a few examples with that. If you've got that comes, let's say it's an inquiry that comes from, Google or Facebook or Insta or any of these type of things, obviously you want to treat it like that. Hopefully get people onto a phone call, find out a bit about it and have that human-to-human connection. If you've got something that's offline, somebody saw your sign, somebody got a referral passed on and they're giving you a call, then you can start the other way where then you want to get them onto email to keep on nurturing them via email or SMS or more call. So the first thing I suppose I want to talk about is your timeline. So have you mapped out your timeline for sales from when somebody makes an inquiry all the way through to, sales done, signed up, referral, hopefully, testimonial review, all these type of things. And if you haven't done that, I strongly suggest that you begin that process. And all it is literally is just putting a line and just go look at all the contact points that I need to. And usually it's going to look something along the lines of, inquiry, initial response, initial call, go out and check out the job. So in field or over the phone or online like this, quote accepted, begin the job, referral, as we said, review. And those parts, if you just break those down so you can see them, that would be a really, really good start. Why? Because now you can see what interaction you need in between. And I believe that there's 3 or 4 different mediums that you can use. Email is number 1, old school phone call number 2, SMS number 3, video call number 4, number 5, video recording sent off phone number 5, give or take. Then you can get catalog number 6, all these things that come from that. But these are the sort of top 5 things that I think you should use. Now, what's the best? The best is an in-person meeting, undoubtedly. When somebody responds to you in your nurture strategy, if you can meet them in person, if it's viable, it's the best because human contact is perfect, right? If you can't do that, you can do Zoom because of COVID restriction, stuff like that. Zoom's really cool, just like this medium is right now. If you can't do that, phone call. If you can't do that, email. If you can't do that, SMS. Or there's combinations of different. So timeline is really, really, really important. That's kind of number 1. Number 2 is style. So what style suits you the most? Is it that, your type of audience is better through email? There are people that are looking at doing a course, but they're at work during the day, so they can't necessarily hop on the phone and talk to you, but they prefer the email correspondence to links on a website or web page, any of that stuff. Or maybe is it that you need to do an in-house demo? I mean, what's the style that you need to have? Because not all styles are the same. You don't need somebody to come and check out a university course by coming in, meeting all the teachers. I mean, that doesn't even happen anymore. They just check out online, come in maybe for an open day on campus. That's about it. If you're lucky, through COVID, it's probably done this way. So I think, that your style is really important. Part 3 is the content. Now, this is really, really important. So we have to think about it that a nurture strategy in a sales environment is simply to move them towards making a decision to say yes with you. That's all it is. A fancy word for that or a common word for that is sales. Another word is conversions. Another word is sign up. But really all you're doing is moving people closer to saying yes. Now, if you think about it from that point of view, first of all, it gets rid of the sales kind of, stigma. This whole thing around, oh man, I've got to club them over the head to do it. Or, if they really want me, they'll reach out. Or I've got no time to send a quote. Or I'll just send a quote and, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's an important one. A lot of people are too busy to follow up. And it's one of those things. I'll send a quote and I'll wait for them to get back to me. What's
Like,
going on there? There's no nurture whatsoever.
It's the same as letting a bird out of a cage and hopefully it comes back. Isn't it?
Good
You've
analogy.
done all the hard work. You've got
Good
the
analogy.
bird. You look
Yeah,
after it.
you caught the bird first.
You bought it from the pet shop. You look after it. You loved
Yeah.
it. Then I'll open the cage. And, I mean, birds are meant to fly away. That's what they do, right? Like so, and it's the same with a customer. They've already got a perceived level of connection of what you're about to do. And have to say, for the trade and construction industry, that perceived connection is really low.
Very much
Mostly,
so.
I'll only have to call him 6 times to turn up.
That's
Like,
right.
it's crazy, right? So once again, I think the content's really important. Now, here's what I like to do. If somebody makes an email inquiry, I always like my first email response to be auto-generated. Hey, thanks for that. One of my team members will get back to you. At least you've acknowledged that somebody sent you something. Good stuff. If it's a call, usually I can either send an SMS or make a call back. Hey, thanks for the call, mate. Thought I'd give you a quick call just to find out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Or you can even go, hey, I got your call. If you've got their email address, obviously, I've got you. Or that's why SMS is probably better. Hey, thanks for the call. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. I'll give you a call tomorrow, today, later on, whatever. Or I'll get one of my team members to give you a call. So automatically, acknowledgement is the first level of content. You must acknowledge that people have at least received it. Because there's no chance of them knowing.
Do you have a time frame on that, Nick?
Yeah, I like to do it within 2 hours.
There we go.
If you could do it within half an hour, even better. But within 2 hours.
Yes.
That's step one. Step two, I think, from a content nurture process is once you've connected with them, you can then say, hey, can we set up a face-to-face call, a Zoom, or whatever, right? And the reason I like to do that is now you're in the fact-finding stage. Hey, can I find out a bit more about you? Now, in some cases, like us, we say to them, hey, can you just send through can we send you a couple of questionnaires? Can you fill them in so we're ready for our call together? Depending, once again, on what it's going to be. With this guy from IKEA, I could send some ideas of what I'm after, maybe some images and stuff, but I haven't done that. So I'm like, well, he's going to have to come here, then I'll talk to him, and all of that type of stuff that goes from there. So once again, you've got to try to figure out which way that this works the best. But I think it's fact-finding is number 2. Now, step 3 in this timeline around content is, hey, this is what other people have said about us. I think it's a really good way to position the opportunity to make people feel confident in what you've got. So now you've spoken to them, you said you can go and see them, or hey, I can help you a bit more. You've sent them stuff maybe that they need to fill in, or you've done that yourself. Now, in between that and you connecting with them, let's say for a demonstration or whatever it may be really good to send out an email. Here comes email with a whole bunch of testimonials. Real people. Now, on the testimonials, don't just put the name, John Smith, Kate, whatever. You really need to have an image there and possibly a phone number. So if they want to call somebody as an ambassador, it's a good thing. Alternatively, you can have a video on that. Alternatively, you may have videos on your website that you can send them a link to. So I think that's a really good process. Now, once you're about to go and see people, I think it's a SMS that allows people to go, hey, I'm just confirming our appointment. See you at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Here's who to expect. If you're sending out somebody, a photo of the person that is about to knock on that door is very, very powerful, because now they go, geez, that's a good point. I don't know who's coming, right? Especially today, people worry about that stuff. So if you can't make it, or you can make it, but they've never seen you, just a photo to go, hey, I'm going to be your friendly, technician or something like that. Very easy.
Yep.
And then, once you've seen them, obviously, the next part after you've seen them, hey, thank you for, connecting with me, speaking with me, whatever it is. That could be an email sent, and then saying, hey, I'll set up a quote. I'll let you know when it's time to go through the quote. So do you see, by now you've already got 4 or 5 touch points. The goal here is to get roughly 10 touch points, give or take, right, in a nurture strategy. So now let's say you've gone to do a quote. Now, here's where most people fall down in the nurture cycle, if any, right? They go, cool, I've done all of this hard work. connected with the person, found out what they want, going to see them, got the quote ready, and now I'm just going to leave it to the gods and I'll just send it to them and hope for the best, right? And usually I'm rushing through because I'm trying to do other stuff, and all I've done there is kind of cut and paste or something like that, usually. And then that's it. And then they go, no, I haven't heard from that person. No, things are slow. No, because you haven't even spent the time going through that quote, right? Now, here's another really good step if you're going to send a quote like that. What I would suggest is you download something like Loom as a screen recorder. It's a free video screen recorder for your computer.
Yep.
And I would press record and go through the quote with somebody just on video. If you can't get out there, it's really powerful. So to go, hey, I thought I'd do a quick video for you to explain the quote, explain my thinking, what it is, how I've come to it. And usually what I tell my clients is don't put a price at the end. Because most people are just going to, go straight to the price. I'd rather than say, hey, I'm going to give you a call later today, tomorrow, in 10 minutes to go through the quote. But I just want to send you a quick video so you get an understanding of what the quote looks like. I've sent the quote with it. It's an attachment. You can have a look, and then we'll talk some money. Now, people go, why wouldn't you send the money on it? Because you've got no chance of negotiating a price then. And most people, they'd be happy once they see the value. Or if you took off a little bit of money just to do the job.
Yeah.
You see, those parts are ultra important. And then obviously, once you've won the job, then you can set up the ongoing nurture after that. But this is all the way up to winning a job and post winning a job. Hey, thank you for that. Very much appreciate it. Here's a little gift from us to say thank you. Or, once your bathroom's finished, we're going to send out a beautiful, get started pack with maybe 2 towels and some nice soaps and, hair shampoo, whatever, maintenance product for the tiles or the sink or whatever, there's a little care package. So once again, all of these are inside that. And we do this with our clients every step of the way. That's kind of how I would see it. And then the final part to this is the call to action. Sometimes people just need that little nudge. And that little nudge could be either a call, hey, did you get my quote? Just thought to go through. Is there anything that we can do when you're looking at making a decision? Are you good to go now? Or, hey, if you're good to go now, I'm happy to take 10% off, or, any of these type of things. Or, a call to action could be, hey, this is a last attempt email. And that sounds funny, but a last attempt email is, I've reached out 3 times, I haven't heard from you. Hey, maybe this isn't the right time for you, or something like that. Please just pay me the courtesy of responding. And I've converted people off a last attempt email because they were like, oh, man, sorry, we were just really busy. Didn't have time. Hey, we're good to go with this.
Yeah.
Let's get moving,
Right. Very good. So it's really like, and if you're listening to this or watching this and thinking, shit, this is like granular level stuff, really starting to break down those small incremental steps or those small incremental actions in order to help nurture someone prior to making a sale. Remember, we're trying to get them to buy something. You can also have a nurture strategy post sale. This is what you need to do, guys. This is what you need to break down. Like Nick said, it's just about putting that line there and putting those little steps in. But all of these little interactions, all of these little connections make all the difference. It's the small things that make the difference. And if you are running your business or running your sales cycle at that level, that granular level where you're making those small interactions, making people feel value, making people feel understood and connecting with people, then it's highly likely you're going to become across more professional and take the sale.
Yeah, I just think having some type of nurture process in play versus not having that. I mean, I know which one is going to work, probably the ones that you have, right? So, and I think, it's important for us to, as business professionals, to treat people professionally.
Yeah.
And all this is, when you really think about it, is make them feel good, make them feel confident, nurture them along the way.
Yeah.
All of these type of things are really important for us to be able to do. And when you think about it from that point of view, you're in good shape.
Very much so. And guys, if you're thinking, wow, that sounds like a lot of work, it really isn't. If you've got employees, they can make phone calls and do follow-ups for you. You can get customer management systems that are automated, that will send out the SMS, that will send out the reminder email, that will remind you to follow up with that person over the phone. There's a variety of different ways that you can do this. Or you can go old school and put it into your calendar yourself to go, hey, I need to email this person. Hey, I need to send them this link. It might take a little bit more time, but what is that time worth to you in terms of a converted sale? You need to ask that yourself, that question. Very good. Sales nurture cycles. Guys, if you don't have one, I would be spending a little bit of time, particularly over the Christmas break. If you don't have one, or now, getting one geared up for 2021. Any final words, Nick?
Yeah, look, I just think the best way to look at it is to go, how would I want to be treated? And you as a consumer with other businesses, if you can go, geez, it's really good for somebody to call me to let me know they're coming. Really good to somebody to go, I've sent an inquiry, and they at least know that I've sent the inquiry.
Yes.
Geez, really good to go, somebody else bought this product and they're happy with it. All of these things are important. It's how we buy, you know, like, and if you look at it from that point of view and you want this level of touch point, fantastic. You don't have to reach out to somebody 500 times a day. Just common courtesy. Hey, we're on to it. We're with you. We'll do it our best. Because if that is your level of care prior to the sale, how good's it going to be when you engage with people? And we do this all the time, right? I mean, we can use our thing, Chris, and this isn't a plug, but it's a plug.
Sure.
100% of people, 100%, all go, Nick, I can't believe how much you guys care. I can't believe how awesome the coaching has been. And I had no idea it was going to be at this level. You know, I signed up. I really didn't know what I was going to get exactly. And, man, you've blown away my expectations. You know, Lana's looked after us and nurtured us all the way. Geez, they're so professional. You know, this is the regular
feedback. Because we ask people at 4 weeks into coaching, then 90 days into coaching, and then another 90 days after that. So we're getting feedback as we go. But you're right. We hear it all the time. One of those things. You said one word which is very important, that level of care. How much care are you giving your prospects and clients? So that's pre and post sale. I think we'll leave it on that. So if you have any questions, guys, please shoot them through to ask@upcoach.com.au. Thank you for listening to this. If you have questions you would like us to answer, shoot it through to the same email address, ask@upcoach.com.au. And we'll see you all again and speak to you all again real soon. Bye now.
Bye for now.